All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, call law, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the Pause of Israel, aka the Pause of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach his truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick, just a few minutes ago, I came across this article, which is from today, came out a couple hours ago, and this is from the Newsweek, and it reads, China issues new missile warning to U.S. and and Philippines. All right, now, I guess being that the Philippines is one of America's allies in that region of Asia, and it appears China don't really like that too much because there go America sticking their nose in everybody's business as yet again for whatever reason, because whatever they have to gain out of the situation. But at the end of the day, America is in everybody's shit right now, man. It's more than ever at this point. Cause now we're at the end of the daughter of Babylon. So whatever the fuck they think they're doing in their mind, they're thinking that they still going to be able to be the great country that it once was. That golden cup that it once was in the Lord's hand. But the Lord already said that it was a golden cup in the Lord's hand. But right now, what the Lord is doing, He's breaking down Babylon, aka the daughter of Babylon, aka America, and basically He's breaking this bitch down to where soon it's just gonna be destroyed. And now the way he's going to do it is have these other nations bomb the shit out of America, including China, including Philippines, Russia, North Korea, all these other nations on the other side of the world, even his own NATO EU countries. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, America is still the fucking thorn in everyone's side. You know what I'm saying? Even their own Edomite countries. Because what did the Lord say? The Lord said, Saints, how divided, how shall it stand? So even though these other countries are Edomites and America is run by Edomites, but America is the ones that's making it harder for everybody else and making everything fucking difficult and making everything a power struggle and making everything, you know what I'm saying, just fucked up because they sticking their nose in everybody's business. Here it is, you on the other side of the world, and you hiring they out here everybody else's business, man. And that's why China, Russia, and all these countries have been they've been gathering together to come against America. And one of the things one of the main things they're doing is taking the power and the weight of the U.S. dollar. See, the U.S. dollar's already become not the world, the petrodollar no more. It hasn't become the currency to trade oil with worldwide. That happened in June. And the country China and America have been butting heads for quite some time now. Why do you think China and Russia and all these countries, they're all getting together in the first place? But let's get into the article. So yeah, so this is from Newsweek, and it says China issues new missile warning to U.S. and Philippines. It says China warned the Philippines not to accept the deployment of United States missile system, claiming that could result in a higher risk of conflicts in the South China Sea. Now, what is happening also with America giving people weapons? What just happened over there in Ukraine and Russia? What did Russia say? Russia said, "Do not use the weapon." First of all, they told them not to give them the weapons, and secondly, they said they already gave them the weapons, and then they don't better not use them, and then Ukraine used them. So now now that China is saying to the U.S. not to deploy missiles to Philippines. So that's the same thing going on in Russia, Ukraine, with all that shit going on with the long range missiles that Biden just gave them permission to use. Now, you got there's the same issue over here in freaking China and the Philippines. So it says this came amid the Philippine Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro saying earlier this month that Manila, which Manila, that's what you call it, which had territorial disputes with Beijing in the South China Sea, was mulling over the purchase of the mid-range capability missile system from Washington. So here, that's America doing the same thing in that region that they're doing over there in Russia and Ukraine. It said during a press conference on Thursday, which is today. It said during a press conference on Thursday, Senior Colonel Wu Qian, a spokesperson for the Chinese Defense Ministry, said the deployment of this offensive missile system, also known as Typhoon, I think it's Typhoon, in the Philippines has intensified confrontation and escalated tensions. Now, what's going on? What's going on? Why I thought everybody was trying to gather for peace. But yet it seems everybody gearing towards more war. You got these nations, they talk about everybody want a ceasefire, everybody want peace talks, everybody want this, but then everybody still want to be the man. Everybody still want to be on top, but everybody act like they don't want to go to war. But what is the Lord doing? The Lord is mustering the host of the battle. It don't matter what they saying. It matters what's being done. And what's being done is movements and actions that's gearing towards war. And specifically World War III, the third world that coming quickly. That's what we're witnessing. That's what's taking place. That's what's formatting right now. That's what's being formed as we speak. It says, history and reality have repeatedly proven that where there are U.S. weapons deployed, there will be higher risk of conflicts, inflicting underserved sufferings on the local people. He added, urging the U.S. and the Philippines to withdraw the missile system immediately. That sound familiar? Don't that sound like what Russia told America about the Ukraine? Ukraine and to America and NATO to stop helping them. Let us handle our own shit over here. Mind your fucking business. But here go to you. What it says? It says history and reality. So we talk about the past, future, past and the present. It says during a press conference on Thursday, which today, it says, it says history and reality have repeatedly proven that where there are U.S. weapons deployed, so that America, and here it is, you got America, Thanksgiving, this, and that. But here it is, this country is on the brink of starting World War III. Well, in the midst of all these other countries about to start World War III, and they're involved in every single thing. Here it is, America, you're involved with China and Taiwan and Philippines. You're involved with Africa. You're involved with Russia and Ukraine. You're involved with Israel and Palestine. They're involved in every fucking thing. North Korea and South Korea. China, Japan, Vietnam, Philippines, all that shit, man. They're involved in every, and here is America all the way over here, and yet got their nose all the way over there. All the way over there, got their nose and got their fucking paws in everybody's business. It says the conflict. It says history and reality have repeatedly proven that where there are U.S. weapons deployed, there will be higher risk of conflicts, inflicting underserved sufferings on the local people because they don't give a fuck about the local people. And it says he added, urging the U.S. and the Philippines to withdraw the missile system immediately. So I guess that's a guy from China. It says Newsweek has reached out to the Pentagon and the Philippine military for comment. Excuse me. So it says, continuing on, it says, in April, the U.S. Army sent a Typhoon launcher to northern Luzon in the Philippines for drills, which can launch two types of anti-surface and anti-air munitions, the Tomahawk cruise missile and the Standard Missile 6, with respective ranges of 1,000. It says ranges of 1,290 miles. It said the Associated Press previously reported that the American missile launcher was planned for departure from the Philippines in September, but the Allies decided to keep it in the archipelagic country indefinitely, allowing them to jointly train for its potential usage. So what? They're preparing for war. Because it said it's supposed to be planned for departure from the Philippines in September, but the Allies decided to keep it. So it said the Philippines it was supposed to leave the Philippines in September, but they decided to keep it for its potential to jointly train for potential use. And it said the U.S. military would send a multi-domain task force, a unit hosting a Typhoon, to the Philippines should a contingency over the self-ruled Taiwan, which China has long viewed as its territory, become highly imminent, according to Japan's Kyodo News. So everybody see what's going on. And yet it seems it keeps talking about pending wars, possible wars, potential uses for these bonds. No, leave it here just in case we got to use them. They know they're going to have to use them, man. They know they're going to have to. Remember, this is ultimately the plans of the Heavenly Father for all the nations to go to war. And America, the daughter of Babylon, is involved in all of this shit. It says if Washington and Manila insist on deploying the Typhoon in the Southeast Asian nation, China would take resolute countermeasures. Wu warned about elaborating. It says this is not the first time Beijing has issued a warning to Manila regarding a U.S. deployment. Earlier this month, the Chinese Foreign Ministry urged the Philippines not to be extremely irresponsible by buying an offensive missile system from Washington. But here it is, all in all, these missiles probably going to end up just being shot back at America. Because remember, the Lord said what? All these, the whole war is going to shoot, the whole war. Yeah, the whole world is going to shoot missiles over here. This is the place of the Lord's judgment. Now, of course, you know, the nation is going to be fighting amongst each other as well. But for the most part, a lot of missiles are going to be sent right over here to this land. It says, meanwhile, the U.S. Army is interested in having a multi-domain task force operate out of Japan as well. So not only the Philippines, but in Japan as well. A place where you also nuked already. Years ago, the fucking Hiroshima or Nagasaki. I'm pretty sure Japan ain't forget about that, but they need you at this time. They're using you. They need America at this time. But eventually they're going to turn. Remember, I think it said, I'm going to finish reading this article. It says in Japan, Japan and Philippines are the treaty allies of the U.S., forming the first island chain with Taiwan to constrain Chinese naval and air activity in wartime. So basically, the reason why they're using the Philippines and Japan and all that region is have that leeway over there in that region, man. Because remember, they're not friends with China, and they're not on good terms with China. I don't know how much like you could say they're beefing, but at the end of the day, they're not allies. Because if they were allies, they would not be helping Taiwan. They would not be helping the Philippines. They would not be helping Japan. Because why? They're trying to go against China they're trying to go against the whole China. But China's saying that no, we the big fish in Asia. You know what I'm saying? It says the potential deployment. What's that one? Yeah. So it says the potential deployment of the Typhoon in Japan has caught the attention of Russia. And it says of which China and North Korea are its quasi-allies. The Russian Far East region and Japan are separated by the Sea of Japan and the Peru Strait, also known as the Suez Strait. It says earlier this week, Russia's Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov warned that should the U.S. station medium and shorter range missiles in Asia, the Kremlin is considering deploying similar armaments to the region as a military technical response. So that's Russia against you twice. So now you got Russia against you because of Ukraine, and now remember Russia, North Korea, and China, they're chummy, and that's them taking more action against America. Gog and Magog, Russia, that region is the ones that spark that. Remember they're like the America on that side of the world. Everything going on the side of Asia, Europe, and well, I say more so Asia, and maybe like a little bit of the Middle East. Russia is involved because you got Russia that's involved with Iran, and who's Iran beefing with? Of the fucking small hats, and who's the small hats' main ally? America. See how everything's intertwined, and it says It says the potential deployment of the Typhoon in Japan has caught the attention of Russia, of which China and North Korea are its quasi-allies. And what did North Korea and Russia just do? Test ICBM missiles. What did Russia just do? Also shot IRBMs at Ukraine because of what? Them using the missiles that America gave them. America and the UK gave them in NATO. Esau. Even though Russia's Esau too, but still. Remember, Satan's house divided. It says, okay, so that was the end of the article. And you got all these articles, man. So look, you got what? It says, U.S. Air Force Chief stark warning about war with Russia and China. Map shows U.S. Navy carrier strike group arriving in South China. China scrambles jet against U.S. military plane. U.S. makes missile plan with eye on Chinese invasion. U.S. upgrades nuclear submarine force tasked with watching China. See? All is preparing for war. This is all for the fire that the Lord about to bring. But let me get a couple scriptures. And remember, Esau gonna get judged. Remember, they're talking about this is heathen against heathen. All you heathens, all you nations got to get judged for what you did to the children of Israel, the Lord's chosen. Okay, but speaking of these other nations, I got one scripture, this book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 11. And it says, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. And what's going on right now? What is Esau doing to Jacob? Still oppressing him, still murdering without just cause. Monetary oppression, all this oppression that Esau is doing, he's doing against the children of Israel. These other nations still got the way they could make these moves and they could counterattack this and get missiles and all that. But what can a nation of Israel do? We can't do nothing. We don't got no nukes. We don't got no weapons. But our weapon is who? Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, who the same weapon is coming to judge you nations, man. This is our God talking about y'all. And he says, verse 12, it says, but I will send fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra. And who's Basra? That's another term for Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. What did the Lord say? What? His sword should be bathed in Idumea. He has a great slaughter. I think it's a great slaughter in Basra. Who is it that come out of Edom with dyed garments from Basra? They're talking about Esau, and these are Edomites. All these Edomite countries, they're getting ready for war. And what's going to happen in the midst of all that? Yahawashai going to come back. But this is the war of men right now. This World War III about to take off. See, son, where Moab at? Because the Lord going to get all you heathens. So this is the book of Amos, chapter 2, verse 2. And it says, but I will send a fire upon Moab, and it shall devour the places of Kirioth, and Moab shall die with tumult, with shouting and with sound of the trumpet. So that judgment he's going to do towards Moab. He said he shall send fire upon Moab. Moab getting nuclear ready too. Moab is preparing for war. These nations are just all preparing for war. No matter how much they say they want peace and much they want this to be resolved and this, that, and the third. No. This is World War III about to take off. The Lord said the third woe coming quickly. Speaking of which, might as well get that. All this missile talk. So this is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9, and it reads, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Now, what's been happening over this last few months? No, last couple years. Because the whole thing with Russia and Ukraine about to hit the 3-year mark. The thing with the small hats in Palestine and all that just hit the 1-year mark a couple of weeks, last month. About to be last month, October. We still in November. So a month of some change, a year and some change. It's been since Israel, the fucking small hats and the Palestinians, Gaza, Hezbollah, and all them been fighting. And in the midst of all that, you got the U.S. over there doing shit too that they're not talking about too much. Okay, so like the war has already started. It's just that, you know what it is? We could honestly say that World War III has started. And I believe through the spirit of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, the Apostle Tahar said, and it's actually through prophecy. It's not that he said it, but it's through the prophecy. He actually said that when the Ukraine used the missiles from the UK and the US, that actually sparked World War III, like actually officially, because that's the beast, the UK and whatnot, and America too, NATO, because you have these like being at the US standard ahead of NATO, they're the ones helping Ukraine the most, and that's why the US, well, these other NATO countries, they're reluctant to let Ukraine actually join NATO officially, even though they're all helping them, but they're not officially members of NATO, because you have Article 5. And that's what those nations are scared of, because Russia said, we ready to go to war with NATO. But everybody's saying that they don't want to go to war, but people's actions are saying otherwise. Okay? It says, verse 10, it says, beat your plowshares and the swords, and your pruning hook and the spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. And that's what the nations are doing now. That's what these nations are doing. Especially the ones that said they're weak and say they are strong. North Korea, Iran, little old Taiwan, Japan, who else? Them Islamic Republic countries, freaking Lebanon, All these countries, what they're all gathering military might because why? They're getting up with superpowers. See, yeah, you let the weak sound strong, but how are they becoming strong? See, these weak countries, nations, whatever lands, they got resources to where these superpowers could come in and use them in the system, with whether it be military aid or whether it be certain weaponry. It's like the one hand washes the other, but yet it's now everybody's washing their hand. Everybody's washing their hand and coming against America. Because America is the fucking common enemy to a lot of people over there on that side of the world. As the Lord said, what the daughter of Babylon. And the only reason why nobody's checked out America's ass yet is because America still makes these other nations money. Because remember, it said the daughter of Babylon, they lived deliciously and they were made rich. The merchants. But if it wasn't for that, America would have been iced out out here, man. America would have been destroyed. But this is for the Lord's purpose. The Lord has a purpose for America. I mean, the end result is going to be destroyed. But before that, they got to do a lot of shit to where the destruction already warranted, but they're just adding more to the tab. Because you got to remember, the Lord said, what? For what you did to your brother Jacob. That's what you're getting judged for. He didn't mention no other nation. Even in this chapter of Joel, it said he would gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and would plead with them for my people and for my heritage, Israel. So he's not doing it just because of them fighting each other. He's doing it for what you all did to the children of Israel. That's what you nations getting judged for. Especially you Edomites, especially you Ishmaelites, you Elamites, all y'all. Okay, so continuing on, it says, verse 10, verse 11, it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. And that's what's happening right now. They're all assembling themselves. Everybody's teaming up, clicking up. But eventually, everybody's going to click up and team up against America. Even the beast, because it said the beast shall hate the horde. How else is America going to get mad missiles shot at them if it's not going to be the people that they was quote-unquote allied with? And like I said, the only reason why some of the nations that's so cool with America is because they have, the treaties, and ultimately because they make money. That's ultimately what it's all about. It's all about money. That's what Esau's kingdom is about. Money is his God. Money, and he made the money, these other nations, God now. Because this is what the money and power, this is really what it's about. And the Lord's about to come and take all y'all money and all y'all power away from y'all. Continuing on, it says, let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And that's what's coming. And that's what these nations are not even thinking about. They're not even thinking about that. They don't even think about, like, yo, when this war comes, it's going to be a powerful being that come down there and then fuck us up. They don't know, but they don't know. They don't understand that second Esdras, the 13th chapter, talk about they asses, man. They don't understand that Isaiah, the 33rd chapter, talk about they asses, man. That's what the Lord said. What they didn't, it's a thing that they not heard. Matter of fact, hold up. Let me get that real quick. We got, I think that's what, bro. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start. This is Isaiah 52, and I'm gonna jump around, but I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, "Awake, awake! Put on thy strength, O Zion! Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and unclean." These heathens, and that's why the Lord is gathering these heathens right now to judge them. He said, "What?" There, in Joel the 3rd chapter, he said, "What? For there, for my people, for my heritage, for my people Israel's sake, will I judge you nations." Man, that's why he's getting all these nations to get together and go to war with each other, so they can destroy each other. And the ones that's not destroyed, the ones that's left over, he's going to come and throw their ass into slavery, man. That's what's about to go down. It's prophecy. But when you jump down, okay, so this is talk about Yahawashi, by the way. So we go into Isaiah chapter 52, verse 13, and reads, "Behold, my servant shall deal prudently. He shall be exalted and extolled and be very high." That's talking about Yahawashi. Who else is higher than him besides Yahweh? Who else? Remember, the Lord said, well, all things were translated to his dear son, Yahawashi, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. He's the one that's about to take control over the whole earth, man. This is his. He is the first. All right. And when you jump, this is a point in verse 15. It says, Isaiah 52 and 15, it says, so shall he sprinkle many nations. The kings shall shut their mouths at him, for that which had not been told them shall they see, and that which they had not heard shall they consider. Because they ain't hearing about this. They're not taking heed to this. They could see the prophets. They could see the prophets and hear the prophets prophesying against them, saying that China, you Moab and Esau, and you white man, you Esau, this, that, and the third. You good? Yeah, know what I mean, they've seen, they know the prophets is out there, but they're not considering. And when he said he's gonna sprinkle the nation, what do you think that he's not gonna sprinkle the nations? He's gonna what? It says let's go to NLT, see what it says for that. See if we can give a better picture. Oops. See some real quick. Isaiah 52, verse 15. In the NLT. Oh, okay, here we go. In the NLT of Isaiah chapter 52, verse 15, it says, and he will startle many nations. Kings will stand speeches in his presence. Now, why are they going to stand speeches at his presence? They're not going to be happy to see him. Remember, the Lord said it's going to be a great, they're going to wail because of him. It says, and he will startle many nations. Now, is it the good thing to be startled? When you're startled, it's like you're kind of scared, you're shook. You're like, oh. They're going to be like, oh, what's that? Who is that? But it's going to be told, then they're going to understand who he is. He's going to tell them who he is, man. He said he's going to plead for his people, for his heritage, for the children of Israel who y'all have oppressed. The Lord ain't forget you Moabites, you your Chinese restaurants, putting bullshit in the food. But anyway, it says it says, for they will see what they had not been told. And it says they will understand what they had not heard about. See, they're going to understand it, man. They're going to know. They're going to know when he fucking put fire on their ass, man. Literally. He gonna light their asses up. Second Ezra the 13th chapter, he said what? The great multitude that came to try to subdue him. That was talking about YAHAWASHI as well. They came to subdue him, and he turned them into dust. He turned them into dust. And that's what's about to happen. And that's what this is all leading up to that great day. The day of the Lord, the day of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. The true day we're going to be able to give thanks. For eternity, give thanks to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. All praises to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. That will yet choose Israel, his chosen people, man. Which none of you nations are. All you nations talk about your nuclear this, and you want to do this, you want to do that, or you're going to, no, you ain't doing shit. You're going to do shit just as much to the Lord allowed you. Then they're going to stop you in your tracks. Okay. What else I want to get? Oh, shit. Oh, don't you freeze, mother. Oh, my God. Okay. Hold tablet freezing a little. Come on, son. Okay. Okay. Actually, that actually what is it? What is it? Okay. Actually, yeah. I thought it was Isaiah. So this in turn, you could apply this to Esau. So this is the book of Isaiah as well, chapter 33, verse 1, and it reads, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled. So that's what Esau been able to do for all these generations, all these centuries, man. He's been able to just be his wicked old self, free of charge, free of judgment, never getting judged. I'm talking about as a whole nation. Yeah, you can have judgment where, something happening to Edomites and motherfuckers die and all that shit. But I'm talking about as far as judgment as a whole nation, they've been able to run free on the earth, being wicked, doing wickedness, and impending their wickedness on everybody else. Right? And it says, woe to thee that spoilest and that was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. These other nations let y'all do y'all thing. And they were being upstanding, they were being honest and all that, but now that shit is over. And it's all dog eat dog out here now, man. Because they seen that you're losing your power. They're seeing that you're losing your grip. And that's mainly to America. And it says, with thee, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And that's what's going to start happening to y'all nation. You Edomites, man. It's not too grand to be an Edomite these days, man. I'll read verse 2 as well. This is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 2. And it says, O Lord, be gracious unto us. Now, who is the us? The nation of Israel. Starting with the elect. Because that's in this time. Right? Because while we're not in the kingdom yet, these other nations still on top of us. Right? It says, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Be thou their army every morning. Our salvation also in the time of trouble. And what's coming now? Jacob's trouble. But what does the Lord say about his elect, about the remnant? They shall be delivered out of it. He shall be saved out of it. But to the ones that wanted to be like these other nations, the ones that are going the way of these other nations, the ones that wanted to ignore the prophets, the ones that ignore Yahawashi, the ones that put Yahawashi on the cross for crying out loud, you're about to be in trouble just like these other nations. The Lord said that a lot of Israelites are going to perish as well. A lot of Israelites. It said many more shall perish than shall be saved. And you already got Jake getting slaughtered out here now. Wait till the time comes where it's out of necessity to slaughter someone. When people run up in people's cribs, trying to take their food, trying to take their water, trying to take their children, trying to take anything of value, of substance. Wait till it really gets, it's gonna get ugly where you can't just go to the grocery store, where you can't just wait for a truck to come. You can't just you're always gonna have what you need. You're not always gonna have what you need. The Lord said it should be perilous times, a great tribulation. Right here in this time. But the Lord said what? Trust in him and you'll be fine. The ones that's going to be getting fucked up and getting jacked up are the ones that are not trusting in Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahawashi. I'm talking about the nation of Israel. Because these other nations, they're just done for, period. All right? But especially over here in the daughter of Babylon, America, man, it's gonna get ugly out here, man. It's gonna get so ugly. It said men shall seek death and not find it. Hold on, but I want to get into where it talks about the nations have not heard. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read that in NLT again. So when you read Isaiah 52 and 15, it says, and he will startle many nations. Talk about Yahawashi. And he will startle many nations. Kings will stand speechless in his presence, for they will see what they had not been told. They will understand what they had not heard about, right? So they're going to understand what they're not heard about, because why? They're going to see him. They're going to see Yahawashi. Imagine you a person, you've been worshiping wood and stone and dumb shit, like just items. You've been worshiping bullshit made with man's hands, or actual just worshiping creations. Wait till you see the actual creator. The first creation, but then it created your ass. They're gonna have that feel, they're gonna have that inner feeling. They're gonna know like, yo, damn, we're fucked. They're gonna know, and they're gonna see the people getting delivered up, bringing us to send up. Remember the other nation said they shall see the strangers of your salvation. But hold on, let me get that in Revelation real quick. So this is talking about when Yahawashi returns. So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 7, and it says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen, that all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Why would they wail? It's not going to be tears of joy. It's going to be tears of sorrow, tears of fear. That's what they're going to be. That's why they're going to wail. Because he ain't gonna deliver their ass. They're gonna see the deliverance, right? So think about this though. Remember, let's say you're an Edomite, you're a Moabite, you're an Ishmaelite, you're an Elamite, right? You believe in your whatever fuck you've been believing in, Allah, Jesus, whatever, right? Satan, whatever, right? So imagine all this time. Remember, you got this war going on, so you're already scared about that. Imagine you got this war. You're regular heathen. You don't have a bunker. You don't have this. You don't have the means to protect yourself from a nuclear apocalypse. So you're seeing the nuclear apocalypse. You're hearing the bombs being shot. You're feeling the quake. Remember, the Lord said he's going to shake the earth and the heavens and the earth. You feel the shaking of the earth. You feel all of that. And then in the midst of all of that, you see something appear from the sky. And it comes down. And as it's coming down, there's going to be some things, people on the earth being taken up into a bunch of UFO chariots. The same thing that all these nations are having meetings about now. The same thing that the U.S. just had a Congress just had a meeting about a few weeks ago. UAF, UFO, whatever. Whatever they want to call them. It's the chariots, the angels, man. They've been having meetings about these things because they're being spotted more. They're being seen more. Those same vehicles, those same objects are delivering people from the earth. And not only delivering people, they're delivering people that you've been oppressing for hundreds of years together. The ones that you've been calling nigga, the ones you've been, you know what I'm saying? The ones that's been a butt of everybody's joke. The ones that been oppressed, the one that had the worst ordeal on this side. And under Esau's rule. Remember, this is Esau's kingdom. All these nations know the struggles and the oppression that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans experience right here in America and throughout the earth. So you see those people being delivered by this great, powerful being coming from the sky. You damn right you're going to be scared. You damn right you're going to be scared, and you damn right you're going to wail. Let's see what they say in the NLT. Oops, Revelation 1 and 7. So that was Revelation 1 and 7, right? That was the King James I just read. So let's see what it says in the NLT. So in the Revelation 1 and 7 in the NLT, it says, look, he comes with clouds of heaven, and everyone will see him, even those who pierced him, and all the nations of the world will mourn for him. Yes, amen. Why is all the nations going to mourn for him, man? Because they're going to be scared as hell. Because they're going to know he didn't come to deliver their asses. Because they're going to see the deliverance. They're going to see the salvation of the elect. The whole world is going to see it. But while they're being delivered, there's going to be what? Then it's going to be, all right, so they all gathered up now. Now it's time for the fire. Now it's time for the judgment. Now it's time for the day of the Lord. Because remember, this is all going to happen simultaneously. Hold up, let's get it. What's that? 1 Thessalonians 4. So there's the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16. And it says, for the Lord, not all caps, it says, for the Lord, it's talking about YAHAWASHI, who the world called Jesus. It says, for the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahweh. And the dead in YAHAWASHI shall rise first. So who died in YAHAWASHI? Not all nations, man. It's only the elect of Israel. The elect of Israel that already passed. That's not on the earth anymore. But it said they shall rise first, right? It says, verse 17, it says, then we which are alive and remain where? On the earth, in vessels. It says, we remain alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. What are the clouds? The chariots. Remember, this is all leading up to this. Everything happening right now, whether China issuing warnings to America, Russia, allies, Taiwan, all these nations. Remember, all the nations that the Lord is talking about. All the nations that said they're going to wail. They're going to mourn because of him. Because they thinking they got it all down packed. That, yeah, you got to get our nuclear missiles ready. This, that, and the third. We got to get our arms together. But the Lord already got y'all in the trick bag already. Y'all already done. Y'all have lived out your deliciousness over the children of Israel under Esau's kingdom. Y'all have all lived it deliciously, man. It's time for the mourn. It's time for it to end. We've reached the end of the story. We've reached the end of the role for the heathen to rule over Israel. That's what the Lord said to Edom, rejoice and be glad. The Lord said, what I just read it, Isaiah 52 and 1. No more shall the uncircumcised and unclean come unto thee, man. No more shall these heathens have dominion over us. Because once Yahawashi come back, once he actually cracks the sky, it's a wrap for y'all heathens. You're not going to be completely destroyed like Esau. But y'all going to be put in subjection. All right? It says, clouds to meet the Lord in the air, to meet Yahawashi in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Because we're not with the Lord right now. We're with the Lord in spirit, but it's going to be on the physical part. Because the Lord is going to be actually physically visible. And that's gonna be a great honor, man. That's what we hoping for, man. That's all we have. That's the only hope we have. What the fuck else hope do we have here, man? What, your job giving you a raise? Well, what interest rates going down? Oh, your student loans being deleted? What the fuck? They're not being harassed by the police? Driving while black? Racism? Segregation? The discrimination? What? These are all punishments from the Heavenly Father for our disobedience. That's why the Lord said, why cries thou for the affliction? We spoke, this is a punishment. That's why life sucks so much. I don't give a fuck what niggas say. They try to say, oh, life is what you make it. How's life? So what do you make your life then, nigga? You still got to pay taxes to these devils, right? You still go through the same oppression as us. But these people, they say what? They rather hear the smooth words in the meantime, no matter how bad it is. They just want to keep an open mind. I want to look at the bright side of things. You know what the bright side of things is going to be? The nuclear fire. That's going to be the bright side. The brightness of YAHAWASHI is coming. That's the bright side. Ain't nothing else to fix this, man. Esau never going to get right. These heathens never going to get right. 2/3 of our people not going to get right. These devils not going to somehow come to grips with like, we need to stop oppressing them. No, they can't. Remember, the Lord said when he had a perpetual hatred towards his brother Jacob. I'm talking about Esau, the so-called white man. Perpetual means permanent. Matter of fact, let's get. Matter of fact, hold up. Perpetual. Oh, shit. That's right. Here we go. Oh my gosh. You forgot about this. So what? So since we talk about Esau, right? Esau at the moment. So this is Ezekiel chapter 35. Now the point is at verse 5, but I'm going to start at verse 1. So it says, and in the caption it says, on the King James side it says, prophecy against Mount Seir, which is synonymous with Israel, because that's Mount Seir, the land of Esau, Edom over there. And in the NLT it says, a message for Edom. Edom is who? The nation of Edom? Esau. Esau. But who is Esau on the earth though? They say Esau has been done away with. No, Esau's still around. It said Esau ruled. And nobody ever took, and not that I know of, and through all time, no nation that was ruling prior to the devils now ruling said that they were the nation of Edom. So that should tell you something right there. The Babylonians didn't say they were Edomites. The Egyptians, they didn't say they were Edomites. Nobody ever claimed to be Esau. No one's ever claimed to be Esau. Because Esau, trying to hide himself, man. Just like he did back in the day. He tried to hide himself. Oh, but no, that was actually Cain. But still, that same vile spirit. After he got the mark, by the way. But yeah, so moreover, the word of the Lord that came unto me saying, this is Ezekiel 35:1. Now in verse 2, it says, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. So now I want to have to. So why is Mount Seir never being talked about in history? You don't never hear nobody talk about Mount Seir ever, except for in the scriptures. But these other nations, obviously the so-called white men, a lot of these Edomites don't even know they're Edomites. But let's talk about the elites that know who everybody is. They know they're Edomites. They didn't say they're the Edomites, but they know they're the Edomites. They know that you white Americans and you white Europeans, they know that y'all the Edomites, and they know the judgment that's coming to you Edomites. And you're going to find out the judgment coming to you soon, man. Trump probably know he an Edomite. You know what I'm saying? Biden, they probably know they Edomites. All right, but anyway, it says, verse 3, it says, and Mount Seir, that's a people too. All right, and verse 3, it says, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. When did that happen in history? When it was a time where the Lord made Mount Seir desolate, man. No one's ever come up and said they're the Edomites, man. No one. Because it's such a shame to be. And they know it. That's why they at least don't say they're the Edomites. We really think about it. That's not a proud moment to, it's not a proud nation to be. Like to actually say you're Edomites, because why and that's how you know that the Bible is real, because if the Bible wasn't real, they would just say, yeah, we're the Edomites. Why nobody in history ever came forward and said they're the Edomites, man? The Persians, they never said they were Edomites. Even the Romans, they didn't say they were Edomites. Who else? I said the Persians, the Assyrians, they didn't say they were Edomites. No one ever claimed to be Esau themselves, but that's what the spirit of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is doing, calling out Esau, because the so-called white man telling you that you're the Edomites. And this is talk about y'all asses, man. And we're not saying all white, because, you know, we got some Israelites that scattered amongst Israel, and you got actually other heathen that are mixed with Esau. But at the end of the day, that seed of Esau, especially the males, you're done for. And then the women too, women and children too. All right? And it says verse 4, and it says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. And what is the Lord even doing to America, man? You got a lot of Edomites hightailing out of America. A lot of Edomites. Edomites are leaving. You got a lot of these celebrity Edomites leaving America, going to other parts of Europe, going to the UK, going wherever the fuck. They said there was like I forget what the article says specifically, but it basically said that a lot of Edomites are leaving America and getting those gold visas or whatever, citizenships in other countries, mainly over there in Europe where other Edomites are at. Because they're not going to the Middle East. They're not going to Russia. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to Iran. You got a lot of so-called you got a lot of Amalekites in America trying to go back to Israel. But at the end of the day, the Lord gonna get you wherever you at. The Lord said all the earth is his. You can't escape the judgment of being an Edomite. If you're an Edomite, the Lord knows where you're at, and he knows that you're an Edomite. There's no escaping the judgment of the Heavenly Father. The Lord said, who shall stay his hand? Who's ever escaped his judgment? Right? And this is a message to the nation of Edom. It said a message to Edom. And it says verse 5. And here's why. Here's what our Lord, and among many other reasons, but here's a major reason why the Lord hates you Edomites. He says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in a time of their calamity, and a time that their iniquity had an end. Now, where's the time of our calamity? Us going off, our slavery. Remember, at one point in time, we were subdued unto him, and he yet laid sore strokes. He furthered the affliction. All you heathens did, man, because you all took part. But the Lord is talking about Edom specifically, man, because that's the only nation he said he hates. But let's go into the word perpetual. Real quick, get some perpetual. Perpetual. Now remember, it said he had a perpetual hatred, right? Hold on, let me read that again, because I got the definition. And read the scripture real quick. Fuck. Oh my gosh. Oh no, see, I was in the blue letter. Right, so this is what his message to Edom is, and this is the why. So, it says, so all that he said, he's going to lay Esau desolate, he's against Mount Seir, speak out prophecy against Mount Seir, and this is what he says, verse 5, Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5, he says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in a time of their calamity, in a time that their iniquity had an end. In the time of their calamity, in the time their iniquity had an end. You already won. You already had won, Esau. But what? It said you shed blood because you had a perpetual hatred. Now, when you go into the word perpetual, it says, this is from the mid-14th century. It says, a perpetual, it says, everlasting, unceasing, existing indefinitely, continuing forever and future time, uninterrupted, continuous. So it said what? It said for you had everlasting, unceasing hate, everlasting hatred, unceasing hatred, an existent indefinitely hatred, a continuing hatred, uninterrupted hatred, continuous hatred. And that's what he keeps saying, continuous, and you know what I'm saying? So, that's why you getting jacked up, and that's why you about to lose everything, man. For what you did to us. And America was where we got the worst. From Esau, Edom. In America. Forget Rome, forget the land of Greece, all that shit. In the land of America. The daughter of Babylon. That's where we got it the worst. I remember me and the brother would talk about how this is the land where Esau was able to do whatever to us, and it was just us. There was no other nations over here. It was just Esau and Jacob. Both kingdoms, northern and southern. You had the northern kingdom over here already. You had the so-called Native American Indians, Gad, Reuben, all that. The indigenous ones. The northern kingdom. So-called South America, Central America. And then the North American, and so-called North American Indians. And then in a couple hundred years later, what? You brought the southern nations over here after you got to the northern kingdom. You brought the southern kingdom over here and served slavery, man. And it was just Esau and Jacob. And this motherfucker was doing whatever he wanted to us, man. And it was all the will of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. But think about this, though. Now it's up. Now it's over. You will no longer carry us away into captivity. This is it. This is it. And we'll give thanks to that. Matter of fact, speaking of which, was there any more in that? Was there any more in that? Actually, I can continue on in Ezekiel 35. I'm going to read a couple more verses. It says, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. And we don't know how long the Lord living, forever. What did the Lord say? Well, I lift up my hands to the heavens and said, I live forever. What did the Lord say? Yahawashi told John, said what? I was alive and dead, and yeah, look, I'm alive forevermore. Well, Yahawah never dies. Never died. Yahawashi died. He had lives when he died, but now he said, what? I'm alive forevermore. Amen. He just ain't come back to the earth yet. But after he went on the cross, after Yahawashi went on the cross, he was resurrected. The Lord raised him up. He never died again. And that's what y'all gonna have to deal with. And that's what he gonna fuck y'all up, man. They won't tell you that in the church, but Yahawashi coming to fuck, so who the world called Jesus, he coming to fuck the nations up, man. Excuse my French. All right? But he said, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou has not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Now, what's happening now? Everybody hates Esau. Now they talk about what the so-called Smarties are doing over there, but blood is pursuing them as well. Because you take away the armies and all that, what's happening? Bunch of death and destruction. What's happening over here in America? You got Edomites getting judged left and right. And remember, the Lord is doing it in small doses right now. Wait till Yahawashi comes back. Remember, the Lord said he's gonna have great slaughter in Basra. Because remember, y'all still in control. Wait till y'all lose actual control. Wait till Yahawashi actually comes back. Yeah, he's controlling everything now, but wait till he comes back. Once he comes back, you lose everything. And you're losing everything now. That's why they talk about want to make America great again. Take our country back. It says, verse 7, it says, thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth. And basically just talk about how you gonna hold on. And when you jump down to verse 9 and you go to word perpetual again, he says, and Ezekiel 35 and 9, and he says, and I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. So you're never gonna be built back up. Never again. This is it. And it's already going down. It's already going down. It's all downhill from here. You're never gonna because now you're making everything digital. Everything is dumb expensive. People losing their homes, people losing their cars, people losing their jobs. This kingdom is not that prosperous city that it once was. That's what all the cities said. I'm gonna make them desolate and bare. What made the cities great? The businesses, the restaurants, the establishments, landmarks, and they're all fading away. Businesses closing down left and right. The writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall. Nothing is what it once was here in America, and it never will be that again. So to you younger Edomites, you younger so-called white people, kids, like you kids coming up, that's like what the fuck is from like 11 years old, younger, like teenagers in your early 20s, you'll never see America prosper. Now you're in the side of the decline of your kingdom. You were born at a bad time. Born at a bad time, a very bad time, especially you Amalekites, man. Because here it is, you've been told that you're the children of this, you're the children of God, but yet you're ousted in the world. Everybody hates you. I'm guessing that you were told that you went through the time of Moses and all that. You were casted out, and then you came back into the land, right? So the Lord said when the Israelites went back to the land that the nation, no one should make them afraid. So why do you have a lot of so-called Israelis leaving Israel? Why do you have Why you have these small hats that's been ousted out of the land and can't go back? But you're supposed to be in your peace. You're supposed to be in the kingdom. And remember, you can't say you under the curses because you own everything now. Something's not adding up. Speaking of, I'm going to get Lamentations chapter 4 and I'm going to close it. So this is the book of Lamentations chapter 4, and I'm going to start at verse 21. And it reads, Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. And that's what's happening right now. You're being exposed. And that's why, and you see what the Lord did? The Lord had Trump elected, so now these Edomites got something to be proud about still. They all have you seeing the Trump banners everywhere. You're seeing they all in a certain kind of space of happiness. They're a little relieved. But in the back of their mind, and then this is how you know the Lord is so bad. This is why he said, call Lord YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. Because after Trump got elected, what happened a little bit later? Biden okay for Ukraine to shoot Russia over there with the long-range missiles. And then what happened after that? Russia shot Ukraine with basically some ICBMs. And remember, Trump is not in office yet. So a lot can happen from now to January 20th. Shit, look what's happened over the last couple of weeks. You got India. India just tested some missiles, nuclear capable missiles. India. You still got the whole thing going on with Iran. You got a quote unquote ceasefire with Israel and Hezbollah, fucking Amalek and Hezbollah. I don't like to call them Israel, Amalek and Hezbollah. But they quote unquote somebody violated that shit. I think Amalek violated it. So so like Trump is the president elect, but you still gotta get to January. We got a whole month of December and the rest of November, which is what, a couple of days. I think 3 days, 2 days, and then you got the whole month of December. And remember all the whole what I just read about. Oh yeah, Russia just shot Ukraine with a bunch of cruise missiles yesterday. On quote unquote Thanksgiving Eve. So what's gonna happen on Christmas Eve? December should be very interesting, and 2025 should be interesting. And you still got the MOTB. You still got the beast system that gotta get ushered out. All right, but anyway. Continue. So verse 22, it says, this to our people now says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. So what? We good now. Well, we're not good, but as far as the nation and going into captivity, we're good. That he said, our punishment is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Because once the Lord said what? The miserable thy city, miserable the city that you served. Baruch the 4th chapter. Everybody gonna understand that the reason why America is going through that is for the oppression of the Israelites, the real Israelites, the real Jews, the real sons and daughters of God, who everybody got a piece and profited off of. What you said? What black? What is it? Minorities are the number one consumers. Man, come on, what we talking about here, man? Everything's coming. It's funny, like it don't seem so fun now, do it? Remember that nobody wanted to be a black man at one point, They still don't because what we go through, but like that transition is slowly, well not even slowly, but it's surely coming, and it's surely happening every day. And now the Lord's gonna start putting these curses on y'all. Y'all have to experience what it's like to be enemy of the Lord, being an enemy unto you, like personally. Because right now y'all still good, y'all still get to make money, y'all still get to come to America and profit, but that time is dwindling, man. It's not much time left because America's done. All right. So yeah, so this Lamentations 4 verse 22, it says, "The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity." We're no more going to slavery, man. Just like he said in Isaiah the 52nd chapter. No more shall the uncircumcised and unclean come unto thee, man. Come into thee. We're gonna get our land back. No more will we ousted out of our land, brought back to a land that we did not know, nor did our fathers know, to serve captivity. No more shall we be devoured by our enemies. No more shall we be smitten by the hand of our enemies. Right? And it says, went into captivity. It says, "He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins." And that's what's about to happen. And that's what they're experiencing now, man. And they can't stop. And it's like they want something. It's like us. We was wanting to change. We was marching, protesting, and all that. Sitting in fucking restaurants trying to get equality and all this shit. The right to this, right to the vote, all that shit. And what it do for us? And this is the same thing. What y'all about to start experiencing, man? Y'all gonna start experiencing with you wanted to change, but it's just getting worse for you, man. And by the day, it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse until Yahawashi comes back. And it's gonna get better and better, starting with the elect of Israel and then the whole nation of Israel, man. The Lord said, "We shall inherit the Gentiles. All thee that carried us in captivity shall go into captivity. They going to drink the cup." All right. So with that, Lord willing, is edifying. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHIRUM KAKADASH. Double honors to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom till next time. Hey, when we almost out of here, continue to watch as well as pray. Shalom.